What's up, everybody? This is your girl Erica from the Classic Climb blog. It's a two video Tuesday. It is what it is. If you're anybody who's actually filled out our surveys for our events, you should have. If you've already paid, don't worry. Friday the 25th and 26th, you will see, and Saturday you will see emails from us, text from our staff on the location, and come on through to our event. It's going to be a little bit of introduction in the beginning, and then we want all mastermind and networking with each other. Because I think it's so important for you guys to actually meet real classic climbers up close and personal. And 9 times out of 10, the person in the room can get you faster to what you want than just me or our sponsored host, who again, Dr. Dix is sponsoring. And then we also have Sub Zero, Lifting the Veil Academy sponsoring. We also have Diamond Dave, the highest paid part time job in the world, sponsoring. Now you see the title. You already know we about to get down. I'd like to like to salute Fresh and Fit to joining the honorable YouTube Boneyard. Many people think, "Oh my God, I can't get AdSense. I'm demonetized. I'm ruined." This is untrue. This is untrue. If you have a real business model, you will be absolutely just fine. Now, here's the problem. I don't think they have a business model. This is the truth. I think they're going kind of off the rails. Let's just go silly as we can. Let's from 17 years old to 22 years old, most people think Fresh and Fit are hilarious. When I meet 35 to 55-year-old men who are watching Fresh and Fit, I'm like, they're like, oh, I don't take them serious. I'm just laughing. Cool, right? Same thing with how Rush Limbaugh, I'm just laughing. I'm not taking it serious. And this is why I'm so hard on a lot of these parents out here, because when where I go to school, where I go to church, and where I live in Austin, um oh, love you, bye. Where I live in Austin, the church has a stranglehold on them young men. They got them in life group, youth group. They got them volunteering. They got sending them over to different places. Um, and so the biggest thing I want everybody to understand is this is not the end, right? Everybody's like, well, what do you think? I think their audience is 17 to 20 years old and laughing and joking. I don't think they're real, actual, vital, useful folks to YouTube's algorithm. So YouTube doesn't mind. Now, let's go over what is the honorable boneyard, right? Thank you, Business K. Thank you for supporting the channel. Okay. What is the honorable boneyard? The boneyard is something that has happened on this YouTube platform for years at this point, right? Where many, and these are the categories. I'm going to get you ready to start. Homesteading, alternative news, think Alex Jones, kids channels, family channels, religious channels, gun channels have been sent to the boneyard. What is the boneyard? You cannot get monetization, but you can do what? Build a real actual business. So many times people fight you tooth and nail on what does a real business on YouTube look like. Many of you think, I just want to make videos, Erica, and I just want AdSense checks of 20 to 30,000 coming to my mailbox, and that's the lottery. And that's how YouTube pulls so many people in. They think they're going to come on here and get the lottery, right? And that's not true. That's not true, right? You want to get rich quick here on YouTube. The best thing I'm gonna tell you right now is what what's that playing loud? Turn it down. Is to have a gun channel, right? Is to have trendy reactions channel. It is for next year, 2024, is an election channel. It is just reacting to silliness that you see. There's a million ways you can make quick money, quick fast money, and all things real. We should be real estate trapper. He talks about on his channel. Often he has a YouTube course as well. I've bought it just to support, and I want y'all to understand that there's so much income out here if you really structure this correctly. But here's the test: do you have a real business model? Right? So let's go on to the boneyard. Let me show you what the boneyard looks like. A couple examples of the boneyard, because I think it's right for me to break it down to you guys. Because if you know me, I've been on Facebook and I've been on YouTube, and what I'm starting to see is a lot of advertising of smaller service businesses in different areas saying, hey, do you need this repaired, that repaired? What's going on in your home, right? And that's where people don't understand. That's where the money is. Can they sell space on your channel to homeowners? And again, people keep getting lost in this. We're going back to a society where if you own land or you own a home, your real vote counts. Everybody else is just kind of grumbling, complaining, low income, doesn't matter. And so you see here on YouTube, you see it on Facebook happening where all these ads are geared toward, hey, you need AC and heating fixed in your house? Do you need foam installation? Do you need your plumbing repaired? Do you need your car replaced? Do you need an assessment, appraisal, funding? Well, what are these all geared to? Every single one of these commercials are geared to homeowners, people who have cash money, not 17 to 22-year-olds who are wanting to look at Twitch and gaming all day. They don't care. That's advertisers, but ultimately they're looking for ways to convert advertising dollars to people with money. So this is the first one. This is Tactical Toolbox. I'm giving him the honorable Boneyard mention because he has been demonetized, but he has 846,000 subscribers. Now, if you go on YouTube and you try to just type in guns, you will realize 99.99% of these people got demonetized in 2019. Erica, why are they still making content on YouTube? Why are they here? I would not be. I'd be on Rumble and all this other stuff. Because this is where the eyeballs is. And there's this underlying, what people naturally want to look for, they will still look for. And YouTube's no dummy. A lot of these people channels grew in numbers after the demonetization because YouTube's like, oh, yeah, you can keep using our platform because you keep eyes on the platform. But ultimately, how do you make money off this? Right? This is a video from 4 years ago. And also, by the way, Tactical Toolbox has a black wife. And he had a gang of trolls harassing him about his black wife until they saw how slim fit and beautiful she was out somewhere. You know what I mean? Pew pew and guns with him. They were like, oh, sir, oh my God. Hello, is that your wife? Right. So again, a lot of these people are not a lot of the people that have money in their pocket, they don't care if your wife is black. They don't care you got mixed kids. They don't care about. They care about, can they come see something you're talking about? Okay. So just a little heads up. If you saw some of his old comments from his old videos, some of that was in his comments where people are like, oh, I got a black wife, or like just shock, right? So it's very funny. So if you look on here, let's scroll down, right? He's reviewing. This is 4 years ago. Now look, he's got the t-shirts for sale, hoodies. Now if you go down here, t-shirt and hat worn in video, Tactical Toolbox, his favorite other channels. Now, why am I showing you this list down here? Why am I showing you this? And I'm going to open up some of them. I'm showing you these because guess what? This is how you do it. If you're on YouTube and you feel like, oh my God, they have demonetized me, what can I do? You go into partnership mode. So this man right here has 88 million views total on his channel. On average daily, he gets 40,000 views daily on his channel. The last 30 days, he had 1.2 million views on his channel. He had 7,000 subs up the last 30 days, 17% increase. Why? Because people like supporting things that are what? Banished or not supposed to be seen, or, again, this algorithm can pump alternative living lifestyles in your face all day. You don't want to see that. You come on here, you go see what you want to see. So again, just check this out. Like, look at their affiliates. Go look at their website pages. They keep doing YouTube because they got 40,000 people showing up. Now, let me just give you a small example of one of the guys' businesses and how he does this. Let me see if I can get over here to, I have one I want to show y'all. Let me see. Where is it at? I'm getting close. I apologize. Fieldcraft Survival. So this guy is actually from my hometown. I actually been to his mother's salon. I actually went to school with two of his cousins. That's a whole conversation. There's a lot of talent that comes out of North Carolina. You also remember Roberto Blake comes out of Fayetteville, North Carolina. And a lot of times people are like, oh, Fayetteville. And I'm like, Fayetteville has some of the most famous Instagrammers out of the state of North Carolina that there is. So talk all the crap you want. Okay. So here, let me go ahead and share this one. Somebody say like a white guy to black white. Hey, it is what it is. Military lives. Okay, so here is Fieldcraft Survival. And again, when I was I'm gonna tell you his business model. Okay. His whole thing is about being prepared. He was in the military for 20 plus years, injured, CIA consultant, came back, said, I want to teach people how to be prepared. His whole thing is about being prepared, right? So they're, of course, demonetized. And they had a big thing where Stripe had put them out. Several people had put them out. So let me just do a basic math. I want y'all to do this. And I've been to several of their trainings and I can show you. Let's say it's $1,000 to attend a particular rifle training for the weekend, for one day. It's $500 for the pistol training, $1,000 for a particular rifle training. So I have 40 people show up for the rifle training. That's $40,000. Let's say I do one event a year. That's $480,000 for just one weekend every month out of a whole year. Now, let's say I have some other buddies on my team. let's say I have 4 to 10 buddies. That means at any given time, I can have 4 events going on. That means one every weekend, a month. So 4 times that is what? Let me get out my candy calculator. I don't want to mess y'all up. I'm just giving y'all one person because I know their internal numbers just because it's a small world. If you guys actually do business, people actually are very open and transparent. That's $1.9 million in trainings for one Sunday, every Sunday for the year. And it's not always you doing it. It's multiple people on your team doing it, right? This is Phil Trash Survival. And so he does a lot of reactions. Former Green Beret reacts to police. Former Green Beret reacts to police encounter. Why do people like watching that? They have this desire to be a tactical guy, a macho guy that didn't go in the military. What's your thought process? Right? All these things, right? These are things people want to react to. Again, tactical, again, preparedness. There was a wave like in 2019 when black people were doing, and I'm gonna just go there just for be honest for a minute. When black people 2019 to 2021 were doing credit, business credit, funding, Turo, LinkedIn, Airbnb, right? That's what we were doing. We were doing that game. We made plenty of money. But on their side, they were doing tactical preparedness, homesteading, van life, and they still making money, right? Everybody that's on the course side is drying up on the business credit and all that stuff and funding. But on their side, big money, big money. And I'm just telling you, that's just one of their trainings, right? So really, let's just 1.9 million. Now let me just tell you, he does about 3 different types of trainings. So times 3, 1.9 times 3 gets you up to what? About $6 million. Okay. Now that's just on the trainings. That we haven't sold t-shirts yet. We haven't sold books yet. We haven't sold other stuff yet. Just on that. We're not even talking about partnerships. We're not even talking about data entry. Um, Again, you can see him here. This is his right here, Mike Glover, Mike Force podcast. Again, y'all, when people say, Erica, oh no, they're demonetized. Demonetization is for the lazy. Monetization is for the lazy. When people are like, I can't think of a way to make money. You were never wanting a real business. What you wanted, unfortunately, because again, you can see their numbers here. 4 years ago, they had 4,000 views. All their old stuff, they didn't have high views, right? And they started hitting when what? They start going over deeper into what? Tactical Advantage series. Reaction, Green Beret reacts, right? Start just blowing up, right? 100 million views. All right. You can go down here and see all this stuff. We can go even here. We click here. It should be on your screen. I hope it is. So when I say welcome to the Boneyard isn't death of your channel. The Boneyard is where you show me, are you a real business person? Can you make real income out of these conversations? So let's really go there. Can Fresh and Fit put on an event tomorrow and 100 young men show up and 100 men pay $100? Let's just do that. 100 men pay $100. That's $10,000. Now, many people say, Erica, that's just not enough money. That's no money. What can they do with that? That's the question. Could they do a show twice a weekend in 2 different cities, or maybe they do something in Las Vegas back to back, then they do New York back to back, right? Can they get $20,000 out of a city? Can they get their people to turn out? We keep seeing all these younger mumble rappers, these younger internet celebrities doing events, and no one shows out. You can't even get 50 of your people. Again, DJ Academics has 8 million supposed subscribers on YouTube. He couldn't get even 10 people to show up to an event he was doing in person. This is where the real business model comes in. Is this just shit posting where a bunch of grumpy, disgruntled people who don't like their life are watching? Cool. They can do that all day. It means nothing. This is one of the other channels I had wanted to do, and me and AM1 had talked about this for many moons, about doing a off-roading channel, because I have desired to do off-roading in my 4Runner. And if you really be honest, it's a complete moneymaker. Right? So again, my 2 avenues were like, let's go crazy politics. Black cowgirl reacts to this, and it would just hit. I know it. We know it. Right? So it's just one of those things, if I'm deciding how much to invest in that. So that's the best way to say it. So again, you can look at all these pages. You can look on all this stuff and do the math on these views. You can do the math on how many people are showing up. Let me show you this page. Let me see this other page. Now, why am I talking about this? Because I would even do former military brat, daughter of military service people. Like you can go crazy with this daughter of a cop. People do daughter of a cop, and it goes insane. Again, this is him. He's from Fayetteville. We're all from the same hometown. He actually went to the same high school that my brother would have graduated from, and my sister and me would have graduated from. But we went to cross town to a nicer side of town. So again, I'm not gonna have to go there, but military. Asian mom, white dad. White dad disappears. Mom gets married to a different guy. He's the stepdaddy and he does well for him. It's a common story in military towns. You can see all this stuff. His gear, shopping, shop training. Let me click training because if I tell y'all prices, y'all are like, Erica, you're just making something up, and I really am not. Let's go here. So these are webinars. These are online, right? Let's show you. Fieldcraft preparedness hosted by Amber Heard. This is, I think, is this his wife or is this sister of his wife? Long story short, it's $1,200. Let's say 100 people show up. You do the math. Custom semi-private training available upon request. Aberdeen, North Carolina. Why? Because again, his mom's in this region. His cousins are in this region. His friends, military retirees, are in this region. Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, Aberdeen is right around the corner, and they have a partnership with someone. So $1,000. Let's say 40 guys. We get them out there, semi-private, or let's say 20 guys. Let's click on it. I mean, this is just I just know these numbers, and I know they're big money. So 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. That's the standard. $1,000 available upon request. So let's say they just have a couple guys on team. At most, they'll have 5 to 10 guys at a time. Right? Navigation skills, $200. Right? You're learning all kind of stuff. You got to come with the equipment. You got to bring your own lunch. Right? So let's go back some more. Let's see some other training. Right? Let's go to they always have Texas, Denver, Phoenix. These are always the same. But let me go here. Let me show you Utah. How to show a woman, private security, women only, right? This one. This is a 4-day event, 3,200. It's sold out. Rewilding, reset with Mike Glover. You're going in the woods for $3,200. And they're doing multiple of them in Utah. Mobility experience, $4,000. Okay, so let's just click on one of these rewilding so we can see what they do, right? Because I can go on and on about this, but I already know what it is. It's sold out. It ain't gonna tell you how many people. I don't think it might tell you. Let me see, 20 or 30. It won't tell me, but 9 times out of 10, they're all sold out. I already know. Let me see. Yeah, sold out. Okay, you will not have use of your cell phone for the entire 72 hours. You will be happier, more resilient. You will arrive Friday. Then you will not depart to the morning of October 9th. You will do a live Zoom call with Mike Glover upon signing up to get additional info. There's no refund after sign up after this. So the whole, oh, my kids, my wife, something happened. You get no refund. So even when people, Erica, I paid for the boat party and we couldn't do it and I missed it. I missed a flight. Every year I have about 4 to 10 people miss their flights or their whatever for the boat party. We never refund. Because it happens every year like clockwork. People do not plan their life. So I don't have time to be like, oh, let me go back and run around and make sure you get a refund. No, you should have planned your life. So I already know how this goes. Again, we can go all up and down this website. T-shirts, I have all this stuff. If you guys seen some of my older videos, you see me shooting guns and these stuff. You see me doing all kind of stuff. I'm telling you, there's several black girls here on YouTube and Instagram and TikTok. They go out there, they're shooting guns. They got a nice waist. The waist is snatched and the booty is right. Girl, you'll make millions of dollars. You'll make millions of dollars. And people are like, oh man, you're good. You're just saying that. I promise you. I actually see these people, I actually know them, eat dinner with them, actually look at their actual documentation where they get stuck at a bank. Erica, I got stuck at this bank. I'm like, you're making $5 million a year. What do you mean the bank won't give you the money? And I'd be complaining about I'm like, oh my God, they won't give it. I'm telling y'all. Okay. Big money. Now let me keep going. I got too many pages open, so I got to close some of these pages anyway. So let me get through some of these. There's 213 people here. If you like the information, hit the like button. Just give us a little like. This is his podcast. Same dude. So again, one vehicle, which is a YouTube. They're literally milking it. Again, when people talk about Deion Sanders, I laugh. Deion Sanders got to deal with Amazon. I'm laughing because I already know. The millions of dollars he's setting up. So even if remember the school who told him they didn't have enough money to pay Deion Sanders what he wanted. They didn't have enough. They told him we don't got enough money. Sorry, Dion. And so they had to come up with what? A compromise so Dion could get what he wanted and they could get what they wanted, right? So there you go. People don't realize simple math. Now, this is Colin O'Neill. He's a black attorney. This dude ain't even an attorney. He makes so much money off YouTube. He ain't even been an attorney for years. I know people who went on days with him. Okay, famous people. It's very interesting. This world gets smaller and smaller the more you do this business. So, long story short, he's in Dallas. 2.6 million subscribers. He's talking about your gun rights, urban. And again, look, he has a private member page. You know the you know the deal. And again, many people say, "Well, Erica, I'm black on YouTube, and YouTube is blocking me or putting me only to other black creators." Look at your topic. Even if your topic is tech, is trades and tech and stock market, it's still YouTube algorithm tends to do that. You almost have to fight tooth and nail to get out of this. And again, this is almost me going into the digital real estate course. I know it is, but again, I know what happens. A lot of y'all will hear this. I won't do anything with it. I already know. So anyway, um, just being honest. So what do you do when you say, Erica, I'm trapped? They only keep marketing me to goofy people. What can I do? It is ultimately a partnership game. This is where you determine if you have a real business. You get to a point where you say, hey, YouTube demonetized me. I have huge numbers. What can I do? You need someone on your team who is actively recruiting for you to be in interviews and partnerships with people. Why am I going to Vid Summit? It is not to, oh, I need to learn all these techniques from YouTube. It is actively to interact, recruit, partner with people there, right? You don't have no viewers and try to partner with somebody with 1 million. You partner across, right? Lateral. And then as you keep going up, numbers wise, you keep partnering as you go up. And like I told y'all, I literally could do two things. I could literally go do a completely tactical channel. Right? I could completely, because YouTube deleted one of my other ones I just tried to create. I know why. We learned why. Or I could do a whole different cowboy hat black girl reacts to Republican Party stuff all next year, right? Or conservative country girl reacts to the madness, right? Not cooning, not going all the way Candace Owens, but in the middle, right? Black woman business owner, like it's again, it's all this stereotype driven. You meet people because again, most white people don't interact with white people on a regular basis, and if they do, first thing in their mouth is like, well, how many kids do you have? Do you have kids? No, I don't have kids. Yeah, I went to college. You went to college? Yeah, I went to college. Oh my god, you own your yeah, I own a business. Oh, what? You do hair? No, I don't do hair. I own an actual business. Like again, these are stereotypes, and people are very much locked into them because they don't meet anybody. They don't go out their house, so you can make money off those stereotypes in this industry, right? Because what happens is I used to argue with people on Facebook and I had to stop myself. It was a waste of my day. And they'd be like, well, you're a Democrat because you're a black woman and you voted for Biden. I'd be like, dude, have you looked on my page? I'm a freaking Republican country person who has a business and hires over 15 men in my trucking company. Crickets. You never hear from that person again. Why? Because all they know is this much about everyday life. So they keep repeating these talking points to see if it hits. One, they're trolling. One, they're unhappy in life, and this is something they think gives them power, whatever reason. For you, it's just engagement. That's all you have to look at it. So again, here he is, Colin O'Neill, NRA talks person, talks specialist, however you want to label it, makes tons of money. I mean, he isn't even being a lawyer. You see the G wagon in the background. This dude can go book events and go all over the place. So you guys don't have to take my word for it. You have to literally can click on several of these things and go click up 438 million views. You can go in here and look up his merchandise. He was kind of the first kind of wave of the pew pew pew. Stop this one, let me, because I know this is dragging the computer down, so I'm trying to go through it fast. I know you guys are like, be good, honeys. Good night, y'all. They're gonna be loud as hell in the background. They don't care that I'm doing a show. All right, so here's his website, right? So if I've got 40,000, 50,000 viewers coming to my page every day, and I'm like, support the channel, man. Go to mrcolonor.com, right? So he's got the t-shirts. When the t-shirt thing started first happening, that's what it was doing. New gun safes, right? Apparel, drinkware, all this stuff. He had the Pew Pew Life. That was him. Right? Don't let any of these other guys on the internet try to claim it was him. It was Mr. Colin, or a black guy came through and said, Pew Pew Life, put it on everything. and millions of dollars later, you do the math, okay? Right? Let's go, Brandon. All that stuff. He had these shirts, okay? Kid makes a ton of money. I mean, grown man. I'm not calling him a kid. He's like 39. Being respectful, but you can look at any of this beanies, tactical hearing. If he books an audience, he's gonna have people show up. Okay, so again, maybe people say, "Oh, YouTube demonetized me. What will I do?" I'm telling you, if you are in the boneyard, this is your time to get creative. Here's Kentucky Ballistics. Again, 3.8 million subscribers. They're going to complain every day too. YouTube doesn't show me to my people. 8 days ago, he had a video. It got 3.4 million views. So it did what? It went to all his people, right? Or then some, right? Again, it's big money in ballistics and shooting things and pew pew pewing things. Yeah, I'm talking about if I wanted to make 1 million in 3 months, right here. Hey, all that cussing. Okay, so again, let me close this one up because it's eating up my computer. Let me see. You know, people in the background. I got stuff on speakerphone. I apologize, y'all. Let me keep going. Um, I'm a visitor, so I can't be but so grumpy. All right, let me go on down here. Matt Wash, the being controversial, being a parent makes tons of money. This guy's got 2.7 million subscribers. Why? And YouTube is actively unsubscribing people from these people's channels. I've had to subscribe 3 times. Matt Wash has a video. What is a woman? Where he literally made a documentary walking around what is a woman, asking women, asking young people, asking Africans in the desert, going on shows. When they wanted to put stuff in schools, he would go at school boards. They kept getting mad, so he registered to live in Tennessee at somebody's house, a room in somebody's house, so he could argue against the school board. And they eventually dropped it. See, this is the power of groups. This is the power of organizations. I went to CPAC and over 55 school boards across the United States have been flipped. I'm talking about the whole school board fired and new people in the position because these people who follow Matt Wash, who follow the Daily Wire, were literally snowballing down a hill this information. Now, many people are going to say, Erica, doesn't he work for Daily Wire? This isn't all his money. Of course. Of course, he's backed by the Daily Wire, but there's a combination of sponsorships and dues. And let's be really honest. If Ben Shapiro called me, hey, Erica, get your cowboy hat. We got $7 million for you this year. I'd be like, well, can I keep all my Instagram? Can I keep all my old stuff from the Classic Climb? Yeah, you can keep that. That's yours. Great. Because guess what's gonna happen? All these people gonna see me. All this controversy. And you're gonna do what? You're gonna let me look up Erica. Who is Erica Williams? And they're gonna go blow my old channel up with millions of subscribers. Millions of people who want to argue with me going to realize some of this stuff is common sense and do what? Buy my courses and products and services. It's a tale old as time. Hey, let me give you 7 million. See, this is what the problem was. Daily, what is it? Louder with Crowder. He wanted that, like, give me 50 million just to show up. That ain't gonna happen, right? Because see, look, Candace Owens got 1.4 million subscribers, 9 million, so almost 2. This girl who looks like a young Ben Shapiro's daughter is got 3 million subscribers. Why? Because she's young. She's speaking to that particular demographic, right? Michael Knowles, young guy, college educated, married his girl right after college, Catholic, strongly Catholic, right? He gets crazy amounts of views. I mean, again, y'all, this stuff is when people say, "Oh, the culture wars are over." I'm like, for who? For who? We daily you are fighting culture wars. Now, some of his people on his platform don't do as well, but I've actually seen like Andrew Clegg and a couple of people. They will literally have them in ads. So I'm sitting at an office, and they're letting the TV play, right, and it's YouTube. Well, all of a sudden, one of the interviews from them come up, conservative, right? And it's playing a whole interview that's an hour long. And they were like, oh, when the people at the store finally realized it wasn't an ad that was just going to go away in 2 minutes, they got up and here and changed it. So imagine you got a company big enough to just roll dollars behind your videos, behind your theories, right? And YouTube's already tried that we're going to demonetize you. They don't care. They just want to get these eyeballs. If I get enough eyeballs, I'm gonna get y'all to where? I'm gonna get you to sign up on our email list. I'm gonna get you to come out to our events. Ben Shapiro packs out stadiums, right? Jordan Peterson just did a partner with Daily Wire, packing out stadiums. So this whole ideal, if I'm not monetized on YouTube, I'm over. According to who? According to who? See, this is where these young people come on here and they want checks in the mail for doing nothing. No, baby, this is a whole business. And so part of the issue when people say, "Well, you should be running ads. You should have a more built out studio. You should have all these things." What part of that money gonna come back to me? Because to build out the studio Erica Williams wants is 10 grand. How fast are you gonna get me paid back for that? I don't know about that, right? I can take that 10 grand and put in some other stuff, right? It just it's a checks and balances. You have to see what's worth it, right? Some of the gear out here is like $1,000 with some lights, real cheap. But the studio I want, and if I really had like the staff I wanted, some of these people out here on YouTube have over 22 people on staff, like for real, like literally 22 people on staff. And this is stuff nobody tells you about because then that would make them have to like really address some things, right? So let's even go further, right? There's 265 people here. Hit the like button, drop a one in the comments, at least show you're in here. I'm gonna get to your super chats and everything, but I'm just gonna keep going. Religious channels. What did I tell you? Okay, faith, family, everything in between. Young, tatted up people, talking about Jesus, are doing against articles, reacting. This dude's just doing a bunch of reactions, and he has what? 914,000 subscribers, a million. Why does YouTube keep a lot of these people under a million? Because once you hit a million, you're on the radar of all types of sponsors. Once you hit 100,000, you're on the radar for sponsors. So Aaron Clary's been on YouTube many more years than I have, and he's like daily, like, "Y'all help me, get me to a million." I've been unsubscribed from his channel multiple times. People tell me they've been subscribing to my channel. So YouTube knows enough. Like, man, if we get Erica to 100,000 subscribers, shit, she's gonna have all these offers based off these numbers, these old metrics, right? Because companies are still trying to verify. Well, they have 60,000 subscribers. Okay, they have this much numbers coming in every month. How? Let me see if it's worth it for us to advertise on her. And y'all don't realize this, but the average person that comes on my channel pays me 2 grand plus to be on here. It is what it is, right? The average back end deal I'm doing, I have 178 or 187 affiliates at this point. This stuff is dripped into these campaigns. I know you guys are like, "Oh man, Erica, with the emails and the Facebook groups and the marketing." It'll literally be like this forever. We are literally going to be just why? Because every time I come on YouTube, there's 3 people like, "I didn't know you were doing an event in Atlanta. Been talking about it for a month. I didn't know. Can I get the link? Hey, I'm doing an event in Las Vegas. I'll talk about it for 3 months. I didn't know you were doing an event in Las Vegas." Right? Because people just fall in on the channel wherever, right? "Oh my God, I didn't know you were doing." Can Fresh and Fit drop of a link tomorrow say, "Hey, you guys, we're going to be in Las Vegas. Meet us." 100K at the door, $100 at the door. Will they fill that room up? I have a strong feeling they'll be DJ academics. Nobody's there. Right? Again, this kid's religious, but most of his channel is reacting to what? Conservative stuff. Right? Being that half mixed person that looks white, but not white. Right? That's a whole genre in itself. I'm gonna be quiet on that. There are several girls who've made money just they look black, but they ain't fully black. Right? Let me keep going. Okay, well, let me go. Some more. I got some more. Believe in fatherhood. They're at a million. He has 22 people on his staff. People like seeing black men interact with children in a happy manner and being full-time fathers. There are comments of black men on his channel that he highlights saying, "I didn't know what to do as a dad. I didn't have a dad, raised by a single mom. Your channel changed my life. You make me actually want to have kids and get married." This is why I get so angry about parts of the manosphere and parts of BGS Igmore and all these people doing these really negative, detrimental things to black people, because they are young men out here who are like, I don't know, women is bad and they're mean to me. And they watch this guy's channel and they're like, "Man, that's not that bad. Kids are good. Having a wife is good. Having a family and a community is good." This guy used to be a rapper. Dreadlocks. Of course, he's bald now and stuff, but his wife was a teacher and he was the stay-at-home dad. And see, many people were like, "What? He's staying at home? This is terrible." So he opened the eyes of many men who would push against being the stay-at-home dad. And how do you work with your wife? How do you budget with her and her follow you in this dream of like, "Baby, just let me record these videos and be home with my 2 sons because I think the school system is detrimental." Right? And let me do this and this and that. Right? So again, they've made millions from this. I have a picture on YouTube, an old one, where I'm in the picture with their daughter when she's like a baby. You guys can look far enough and see it. But yeah, I mean, they bought multiple houses since having this channel in California, right? There's another couple. The husband's Korean and the wife's black. He married her, and she already had 4 kids with 2 sets of baby daddies. Okay, married her, then had 4 more kids with her. Y'all know who channel I'm talking about. And so this ideal that single moms aren't going to get anybody, and Christian women and all, like, y'all, all that stuff is not real. If you actually get out here in society, there's countless examples, right? Countless. You don't want to hear that because that destroys your narrative. But that's part of why I get so frustrated about what's promoted and pushed on YouTube. Again, let me show you another one. Let me show you another one. There's 271 people here. Hit the like button if you're enjoying the comment. Terry, I can keep going. Again, this is God, Family, and Guns. 422,000 subscribers. Maybe people say, well, they got all these subscribers and they're not being monetized. What will they do? Honey, they will do many things. Campaign rates, affiliates, partnerships, all these videos. You think they're reviewing these things for free? They got 500,000 views on stuff they're reviewing. Come on, man. Y'all think these reviews are all come out free? Come on now. Y'all not that slow. We keep going. This is Demolition Ranch. This is one of the most wealthy. In a few years, y'all hear this guy will be almost a billionaire. I'm really serious. Let me show it to you. And if you don't, he's in Texas. This is why I told y'all YouTube is making Vid Summit in Texas this year, because it's so powerful what's going on in Texas. This is Demolition Ranch. It's got 11 million subscribers. They've made so much money. They bought an abandoned mansion on a hill in on the outskirts of Austin, Texas. And it was worth millions of dollars. And then they put additional millions of dollars into it, filmed it. Okay, so they started with the pew, 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 right? This guy's a veterinarian, right? And this guy, I actually know this guy who's the amputee. I've actually seen him multiple times, but that's another conversation. Okay, so again, you have these blowing stuff up, shooting things. Look at all this stuff I got. These things cost a lot of money. The average person is not going to be able to spend $2, $3, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9,000 on this type of equipment and buy it and blow it up and shoot things and blow up microwaves. They're not going to be able to do it. So he has multiple channels. He has the Vet Ranch, 2 million subscribers, almost 3. He's got Hickok 45. It's got 8 million subscribers. Lunkers, Roman Atwood blogs, 15 million. He had a friend of the channel that was a what do you call him, recording guy. He ended up getting cancer. They raised like $10 million for his family. Off GoFundMe, off of this stuff, off the ranch. That's why when people say there's no money on YouTube, there's no money if you're doing goofy stuff. If you're talking about women's all day, ain't no money in that. Now you want to go shoot some guns and show me you know how to hold up something and run down the street and all that, plenty of money. Plenty of money. Again, this guy's made, I mean, there's some estimates he's right up there against Mr. Beast. And I wouldn't be surprised if he's made close to 100 million. You actually see the stuff he's investing in and the equipment, and where he's at in Central Texas, just buying up land. It's insane. It's absolutely insane. Let me see this guy right here. There's another one. It's a dude called Texas Blinking. He's like, everything's bigger in Texas, including the blinking, right? Because YouTube was penalizing you if you were saying the word pew pew or different things. So they kept playing around. So Texas Blinking is this other guy's channel. Let me get some of these off here. Sorry, because it's slowing the computer down. Madman Review. He's got 254,000 subscribers. He's reviewing pew pew pew. Same thing. Some of this I know. Channels down. There's a dude called Brian Herrera. He is got 2.8, basically 3 million subscribers, 455 videos. Again, if you want to start a channel and you say, Eric, I don't want to film all day. This guy's running for Congress. He just released a video 10 days ago, right? You know, he has very interesting videos. I'll just say that. But again, this is where the real world translates. Can you get these people to back you in person? Can you get these people to back you offline? Fresh and Fit do not have that. A bunch of 17 to 19-year-old kids can't back you offline. They can't make sure you run for Congress. Do you understand what I'm saying to you? So if you go here, 10 days ago, he released a video that I'm running for Congress in Texas. Then he talks about the city in North Carolina that nuked itself twice. I mean, again, these things are getting 2.3 million views. Again, you can go up and down here, all up and down here. He calls a thing called the Darwin Awards. Internet's worst gun fails. Plenty of views. Right? So when you say what are guys watching, guys aren't watching women's all night. There's a very small segment of men that are actually doing that on YouTube. Most men are like pew pew pew. Can I build a shed in the middle of nowhere? Can I teach my dog tricks? This is where these people are. Okay? This is where they are. This is where they are. So you can look up Brandon Herrera on your own time. I'm just trying to close some of these windows down because it's slowing the computer down. Let me see. O'Shea Duke Jackson. The reason people are like, Erica, you're sharing O'Shea Duke Jackson stuff. I am because whether you want to acknowledge him or not, this has been longstanding. 4 years ago on YouTube, I got introduced to Black YouTube. I did not know what Black YouTube was, but he introduced me to them. And I was on a series of shows on Sundays called The Rumble. If he ever decides to just put a separate channel and just call it The Rumble and just put all the old Rumble videos up, he'd probably make $7 million from them because they were everybody that you see famous. I'm talking about Anthony Brian Logan, old Kevin Samuels, just all kind of folks on there, right? And it was like Manosphere 1.0. We're really, I'm a part of YouTube 2.0. We're now on 3.0. And so when you're one of the oldies but goodies, you either need to figure out, do you want to be a part of YouTube 3.0 or do you just want to build what you have right now, right? So again, he released Fresh and Fit are about to be evicted from the place they film at because that person doesn't want that drama at that location. Police calls, all these people coming up there, dangerous stuff happening in Miami. Miami's about money. They ain't about that silly mess. O'Shea Duke Jackson, I mean, maybe 3-4 years ago was making 30-40K a month. You leaving? Bye. You going bye-bye too? Okay. No, get out of the camera. We don't want crazy people finding you out here on the internet. All right. So the Negro Manosphere. So again, if you go see, he has multiple channels. Celebrity Junkie has this one. They're making 40-50 grand a month. And he has a whole team and a whole studio. I have one of his editors. My editor, I share with my digital real estate students, does great work in Africa, setting up a whole studio in Africa. Later, at some point, y'all will acknowledge this man for, even though the videos are ridiculous, the impact he did on this space. One day, y'all will recognize it, and I'll just leave it at that. Again, let me see another one. This is Sean Coakley. Is it? I'm not even putting it on screen. I apologize. Hold on. Sorry, I'm trying to delete stuff. There's 278 people here. What's up? Hit the button, the like button. Drop a 1 if you enjoyed the commentary. All right, this is Sean Coakley. I don't have time to argue about this. When people talk about small channels, oh, your channel doesn't have 100,000 subscribers. This dude has 83,000 subscribers. It went up from 60. He is friends with Christian Guzman, Max Chewing, all those people in the same space, same ecosphere of Houston. He makes millions of dollars. Sometimes he barely uploads things. He bought a house for $450,000. It went up in value in 2 years to $900,000. Again, always buying a new construction neighborhood if you can, if you feel the neighborhood going up, and end up selling it. Split the money with his girl, broke up with her, on to the next. Why? Because a Black man, a Nigerian son of a guy who works in the oil fields, and not in the oil fields like roughneck, but like office. His daddy's a part of the Nigerians who work in the office. Money in Houston, you can make a pair of shorts, and he started out with knee sleeves. Kept going, keep going. He's only got 384 videos. That's why when people say, Erica, you do all these videos, because my business model is different. If I had a business model where I just want to show you, look at my glam life, look at me traveling, look at me looking great, look at these shirts or something I wear, it would be a different business model. I wouldn't have to put out that many videos, maybe one every month, where I traveled all over the place and then I show you my new stuff. But essentially, he does launches, and they'll do about $10 to $12 million per launch. And it's shorts and shirts. And what's funny is I've started to recognize the shirts because I live here in Texas and I'll be at the airport. So again, you can see all this stuff. You can go on here yourself. But if you actually go back to some of his older video, you see where his father, is that dude, is that, working in the oil fields again. He got his teeth fixed. He bought a big old house. So he has multiple trucks, multiple vehicles. Again, when you start having a warehouse and a staff that does all that, like he's got Arab dudes, young white dudes, young Black dudes working for him in the office, creating content, creating what do you call them, different designs on the shirts, and you just do launches. You as the business owner itself can just go chill. And that's what you're seeing. A lot of these guys that went from fitness channel to supplements to, hey, if you look at their videos, here, I sponsor these beds, or I sponsor this, or again, It's easy, and oh man, I hate saying that word easy because it's disrespectful. Once you get into a system where you got other people working for you, and if you ever read the book One Thing by Gary Kelley, you're seeing what I'm talking about. It's a triangle, and everybody underneath the triangle at the bottom is pushing this one ideal. It's this brand, it's this clothing, it's this opportunity. So now you, as the owner, all you got to do is keep working out, eat well, let these kids come film you, and go enjoy your life. That's it, right? Because the office gonna keep doing what? Officing. The operations manager gonna keep doing what? Running operations. The person in the warehouse, these flex spaces, these kids are buying whole warehouses in Houston and Sugarland and the edges of town. Do y'all know how much warehouses are when you don't build them from the ground up? Do you know how much warehouses are? And you're renting out all the other spaces. You saw Christian Guzman had a $11 million loan of construction, just the construction loan, not the actual. I think it was like $9 million to purchase the building, 11 million construction loan. Do the math on the money coming in, okay? Like, do you have a real business model? Or is your business model talking shit about women and men? Can you sell shirts off that? Not really. These people don't hold these thoughts out loud anywhere. Right? There's even a dude called Angry Asian Therapist. Let me see if I can pull him. I hold on. And I know what's happening right now. People are hopping on this channel hoping I say a bunch of, oh, I'm talking shit about people. I'm not. I don't care. That's what you're coming here for. But again, there's a segment of YouTube that's so fifth grade minded. Let them have that, y'all. Let's think higher. How do we make money off of it? Now, here we go again. This is the Angry Therapist. I found a Facebook group, and he had a book called The Joy of Being Single, right? He had been divorced. He called himself the Angry Therapist because he had a divorce, and he started figuring out, what do I want to do in life? Let me do some retrospection. In his Facebook group, or his text chat group, was over 35,000 people, and we were all paying $10 a month. You do the math. He started out as free and then said, hey, you guys want to transfer $10 a month? You do the math. 35,000 people times $10 a month, lives in California, right? So now when you're talking about $350,000 coming into your business model, when you want somebody to invest in a studio, better audio, better video, different events, which he's starting to do now, oh yeah, that makes sense. But when people are making $2 to $3 grand a month, none of that makes sense, right? That don't make sense to them, right? When you start talking about $400,000 coming in your pocket, now stuff makes sense. Now it's time to spend on editors. Now it's time to spend on stuff. You have proof of concept, right? All right. And some of these people live in California. It ain't cheap living out there. That's why I tell you, I live in Austin, Texas. I'm like, Austin, Texas. It's one of the most expensive cities out there. When people say, oh, I live in Austin. No, they live in Georgetown. I know them. They live in Georgetown. They don't live in the city. They ain't making money like that. Okay. And so part of what all the teaching and things I've been doing on here is I'm giving it away for free. A lot of it because I don't care. People still, we had 7 phone calls booked for today. I had to move them all over to 2 days from now. $500 a pop. 7 phone calls. You do the math. What did my day come to? What was the math of my day? Regardless if I did the video, regardless if I sent out emails, you do the math, right? Because people need problem solved. They need actual conversation to help them get to the next point, right? So you could literally go around and do $100 a little show, depending on how you want to talk about it. Because Fresh and Fit tried to come after all these people. Number one, Abba and Preach. Because when people have beefs online, 9 times out of 10, it's planned beefs. Like they've talked behind the scenes. I'm really serious about this. They planned it out. Lead attorney talked about it, but when people, hey, like, if a copyright strike or something comes through, oh no, we worked it out. It's straight, right? But when they try to attack Abba and Preach, they're like, we're gonna run you out of business. Well, you can't run Abba and Preach out of business. They actually do live community and shows where people come out all over Canada and fill out the stage, and then they come in America and people fill out the room. And so if you don't fill that room out, you don't make money. That's the problem. A lot of people on this internet are making shorts and clips and haha, I'm so funny. But if they can't book out rooms, they don't make that real money. They don't make that offline money. And the offline money is what opens the door for them to be in movies and different events and different sets. You get it. You get it. Okay. Let me read some of y'all comments because I could show you like 10,000 people's YouTube channels that are in the boneyard of YouTube of like we're not going to monetize you, but they'll never kick them off the platform because they want what people to stay on the platform and watch videos until they're a zombie for days on end. Right? That's why there's a whole business model right now. Again, I tell y'all, the pendulum always swings like this. So let's say you do a homesteading retreat, you'll get a bunch of people. Right? Let's say you do a retreat for mental break and reset. We just saw Mike Glover sitting there for $3,200. You're gonna leave your cell phone. You can't even take it in the woods with you. They probably gonna have about 20 guys out there. So he gonna have what about 64,000 for 3 days. Let's say he does 10 of those a year. That's $640,000 to sit for 3 days in the woods with no cell phones and retrospect as men. Now, if you're a woman, imagine you're a woman doing it. We're gonna sit in the woods for 3 days with the no cell phone ladies, and we're gonna cook food and retrospect and maybe talk about the Lord and whatever, right? We're gonna go hike or something, right? There's money in that. Lots of money in that. Can Fresh and Fit have a hiking group of 100 young men somewhere who are going to follow them as they talk about whores and women? No. So they do join the honorable boneyard, but do they join the boneyard with the opportunity to make money? No. Their best bet is to what? Get remonetized on YouTube. See, when people talk about AdSense, that's the lowest paying form. Let me tell you, if YouTube AdSense is paying you $1 million a month or 150,000, 300,000 a month, baby, you're worth 10 times that. I'm gonna just tell you that now. If you can convert it to offline, you're worth 10 times that. Just simple. So let me go through y'all comments. It is 51 minutes in. I don't want to drag you forever, but let me read the super chats first, and then I'll get everybody else. Tactical Spear is big business, aka Gray Man. This is a mini digital real estate course. It really is. I just enjoy talking about it because it's fun. Thank you, thank you, thank you. No worries. Thank you, Joel, for the $9 super chat. Great video on how to use YouTube to business. Thank you for this for sure. Anytime. Listen, I will tell y'all simple as this. If you are in a position of, oh my God, YouTube took the monetization, it's not really putting me out where I need to see. Step one, go find everybody in your space. I'm talking about lists, Excel sheets, everyone in your space, right? Step two, do you have an email list or something you can give your audience to get them onto an email list? Don't call it an email list. Call it like, hey, you guys, we're freedom fighting against the machine. It deleted us. We're about to be deleted off YouTube. And if you don't want to miss out on our information and content, get on this list, right? Again, sense of emergency. Then you have events. Like I'm having an event in Atlanta. We're going to have a film guy there. He is not really there to film our conversation. He's just there to take pictures in the background. Why? Because having pictures of your event, somebody's going to be like, man, people are coming out. They come to see her. They come to see these other people. Makes it legit. Makes it authority in her space. Does this, does that. Again, people literally were talking, all these people watching my channel. DJ Academics, 10 people in the audience. We know it's not real. We know a lot of these channels are juiced. We know they spend a lot of ad spend money to get there. Ty Lopez, same deal. They're getting quicker to the bag for sure, right? Because they want to get these big numbers to make you. Their average sixth grade thinking Yo-Joe is like, man, they got 1 million views. They're legit. But many of y'all know, oh, this person's got 50,000 views. They're really doing it. Because the 1,000,000 views are just people coming in and out, seeing, oh, okay, it's a popular channel. The 50,000, if they getting 10% to 20% conversion on that, 5,000 people converting on a $2,000 product, edit video, they really making the money. Okay. So let me just keep on moving. Let me see some of y'all comments in here. Myron reacts. I think it's like more Fed police channel, right? Again, that's a big thing. Reacting to like when you see people robbing people. If I just did a channel like bashing black people for attacking Asians, or I just did a channel where I'm like, we got to defend the Asians, and I just did a channel on that, right? It'd make a ton of money. Listen, Fresh and Fit are probably already calling multiple people to figure out what's the next step and what videos, how many videos do they have to take down? How many do they have to take down to get into YouTube's good gracious? That's what they're learning. That's what they're doing right now. Everybody in the background is like, how many videos we got to take down? 20, 30, 100? What you tell us, YouTube, what we got to do? We'll take down all of them and restart just so we can get that monetization back. Because, again, YouTube has a lot of 14 to 30-year-olds on here who are just giving them eyeballs and time screen and Switch and all that other stuff. but the money comes from the 30 to 60-year-old people on YouTube, depending on your business model. It really does. So, six to goddess, yeah. I mean, that's a common thing, very common. So here's the thing, Nancy. If I can be honest, two channels, a reaction channel, farmer reacts, and then you do a homesteading channel, and you just type it in like someone would search. Again, I don't have to. I don't have to break it down too hard. Y'all can go grab the digital real estate course. I think it's like 350 for the next couple of days or whatever. We did that because we did a partnership with somebody else's channel. I did a podcast interview and I told their channel it'd be that much, so we had to honor it. Right? It's for sure. I'm not certain. I think we were at like 39. Well, I don't know. People had already paid, but again, that's what I tell y'all. When I send the link out, go ahead and knock it out. Go ahead and pay it. Can they make a new channel? So your IP address follows you. So if they're in the same Miami location, the same laptops, no, like YouTube's not stupid, right? So yeah, Roberto Blake's no joke for sure. Right. Stay in the center. I don't like his style, but I understand. I was invited to do a argument session with him. I have no desire to do that. Salute him for what he's doing. But I already know my audience now and my data. I don't have to do that whatsoever. Like I could do a conservative channel and I would never fight with anybody. I would just react to news all day. Like I'm not even being funny. Like I would, because that's the number one way that they build off each other is like let's get in this argument. And I would go the more I'd love to go to Jordan Peterson intellectual route, but because of the stereotypes in our country, a lot of people don't assume black women are very smart or intellectual, right? That is not a handle people give us. They give us the sassy, the reaction, the bullshit, right? And so you could feed into that bullshit. You can make a lot of money, right? And then when someone talks to you, you go, no, man, I'm an intellectual. I can't do it. Or honestly, I could pay $50,000 and get a doctorate from a couple different colleges and be like, Dr. Williams reacts. You know what I mean? Black doctor business owner reacts. It's a whole thing they can do. It's a whole thing. You don't have to be likable in every aspect. Here's the thing. It's actually better to be dislikable. See, this is the funny thing. People are like, Erica, if Erica was be nicer and sweeter, actually I make more not being likable. I make more saying not nice things and being very harsh. I make more money because I make you react. So that's a whole it's a whole different thing. Does their demographic have money? That part. Survival space has been big since direct mail and mailback. Yeah, forever. Fort Liberty. Yeah. Exactly. It's unlimited. You can go unlimited as long as you got a few of your friends who are getting out of the military. They need something to do. Boom, you bring them over. Hey man, he's gonna teach this class. They love it. My husband bought his merch in 2016. I'm telling you. He really does. He's got that open checkbook. I'm telling you. I mean, it just is what it is. All publicity is good. On the Blaze, the Blaze is not as strong as Daily Wire currently, and Daily Wire has some small hat money backing it hard right now. Because honestly, if I'm Bill Shapiro, I'm a doctor, I can go to my friends and say, hey, I can get you 20% returns on your money if you give me $1 million, so I can go ramp up all this ad space all next year for political. Now, how are they gonna make that money back? They're gonna make it back selling out arenas, t-shirts, book sales, super chats, all that stuff. Like imagine I'm your boss. Man, I hate to say it this way. And Lucas does a whole breakdown of this when you own a channel. When you're the big dog and you hire people underneath your channel. Because if y'all don't really know, Logan Paul and Jake Paul, how do they really make their money? No one really understands how they make their money. And it's when Jake, the younger brother, not the one that's boxing, but the one that's the other one, they're both going bald, but you know what I'm talking about. And he would basically put like 20 other young kids under him. And they all did the same stuff at the same time. One was just a set of Hispanic twins, one a set of Hispanic girl, a white girl, blonde hair, a black boy that talked really white. I mean, they just did a range of people and they got into that algorithm jet spring of YouTube. And so they were cutting those kids checks and they would take all the money. Whatever money came, like it's a 360 contract for YouTube. Whatever money came, the Paul brothers was getting that money, and then they were brokering deals for these kids to go speak places, go show up at events, go do stuff with Disneyland, do TV shows and partnerships, and they were getting money off every single person underneath them. Did those young 14 to 19-year-old people care? No. As long as they were getting 20, 30K checks every month, nobody cared. And when you are just wanting to be the talent and show up and be filmed, you don't care. But those channels they go about 2 to 5 years, and they run their gambit, right? And so a lot of those kids, the Paul brothers were giving people cars, sports cars, brand new cars, 16 years old, 360 deals. Y'all not ready for the levels of game that's going on YouTube right now. I tell y'all, number one, if somebody says, "Oh my God, I got demonetized today," you should have a list, an email list, one that you say, "Hey, everybody, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to do this Zoom video or this Zoom live webinar. Come check it out," right? And then your second email should be to all the partnerships in your space that you're going to reach out to and ask them to interview you. And if they ask for a little bit, you give them a little bit of money. Why? Because then you get interviewed by 20 people. Now you're on 20 SEO search engines. Y'all don't understand. It's okay. I'm just telling you what I want to tell you. I've always seen YouTube as part of my marketing funnel, not the end product. Of course, it should never be. Oh yeah. The girl who's got talking about getting pregnant from a random man in Atlanta. Well, here's the crazy part: that man filmed her, put a illegal video up. She could have sent him to jail for what do you call it when it's revenge porn or something crazy crap. And he left her to go back to his baby mama with 5 kids in Atlanta. So she made that joke, "I'm pregnant by a random man from Atlanta." She got merch, all kind of stuff happening right now. Yes. Taylor Bell. She doesn't do no work. She just has a Wharton t-shirt. I came out of Wharton Business School. My daddy hooked me up with somebody to help me get a consultant job at these offices in New York. And she just, and so YouTube all of a sudden got her 300,000 subscribers. She only got 12 videos out. Come on, YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Some of this stuff, is heavily pushed by YouTube. Yeah, Believe in Father, good people. He's a great guy. And he's serious about it. He thought all the time he should have been a rapper, but really he was just a creative guy that needed something creative to do. That chick Angel, yeah, that whole she does in-person podcasts, and Kevin on Stage is really, when y'all go back in time, Kevin on Stage was really that Tyler Perry dude who was crazy in the pandemic. He went and spent all his money and built up a list of tour dates. He had 100 tour dates. Well, then the pandemic happens and he can't tour. All his money tied up in these venues, and these venues ain't giving money back because that's what they were doing at the time. And so he had to start doing these podcasts. And he was depressed, kind of doing it by himself. He called up that chick Angel. She come on, and they just unruly cousins. They making $30, $40, $60, $70,000 in sponsorships and money every show. Half of it's on Patreon, half of it's here. You know what I mean? And they doing events. He had Tony Baker under his arm, all these different guys under his arm. He did a Roku channel. It's $5.99, but people were sharing the password. He's like, "Y'all, if I can just get 100,000 of y'all paying $5.99, I'll make all the movies you ever want to see." You dig? So one of the guys who actually, if you went to our ground up conference in Arizona with Ron, the guy we had there was actually one of the directors for Kev on Stage stuff. One day y'all see how big the behind the scenes stuff is. One day y'all figure it out, that there's a level to this YouTube. Boy, it's money. I mean, if they would hit the switch on this channel, I'd make $1 million a month, and I know it. That's the only thing that frustrates you. I met with a CEO today, $100 million tech company, just married a woman with 3 kids, none of his own. This man of Spirit Bros don't go far. They don't. Baby, the lady Superhead married a tech CEO. I mean, famous for being dirty, nasty, married a CEO. I mean, I'm in Austin. There's a guy we know. He's from South Africa, cool accent. He'd been having his business for 20 years in Texas. Literally married a divorced woman with 4 daughters. Her husband then ran off to Europe somewhere and married another woman. He married her and had a baby with her. And so this whole, successful, high value man, guess what? You go out your house, you see a woman that's pretty and you talk to her. You ain't thinking, does she have kids? I can't talk to her. She got kids. That's not how this world works. It doesn't, right? And some of the people who've been divorced and have kids are going to try harder to make a relationship work than a single person with no kids. You know why? Because they know the other side of it. Most men that get divorced don't want to be divorced long. They know what time, they know what the game. They're like, damn, I gotta go work out, get in shape. Like one of y'all pointed out, Julian Cross had got divorced, and he's talking about black families. What he's saying about black families isn't invalid because he got divorced. He even says in his post, he's like, now that I'm divorced, I've been working out, going hard, and I realized, why wasn't I going this hard while I was married? Whole nother conversation. But there's money talking about men all day. No, not necessarily. So here's the thing: there's several men therapists on YouTube and Jordan Peterson. Like, if you start talking about why are men failing, why are men depressed, why are men sad, there is money in that. Well, if you have a solution on the end of it. The funny part, Fresh and Fit didn't get demonetized for talking about women. They got demonetized for saying racist things on Rumble and letting a dude with a Ku Klux Klan hood on his head act a fool. And the dude was black with the Ku Klux Klan hood on his head. That's the sad part. It was a black dude. And there was a white girl in the background just laughing her butt off. But I've met black dudes like that before. They desire to be class clown, ace boon coon fool number one. Look, I'm so funny. White girl sleep with me. And when they start realizing like she doesn't think highly of me, she thinks I'm trash, gutter trash. Then all of a sudden they change. But I'm not going down that road. But I've seen it. I've seen it. Oh yeah, vacation videos. I watch all kind of stuff. Man, I'm telling you, them rumbles, if he just let that stuff out, he'd make millions. We Several of us have offered to buy it. Like, hey, I'll buy these old videos from you, transfer them to me, so I can upload them on a secret channel. Because y'all see what's happened to Kevin Samuels ever since he died. Guys just take clips off what he's had and remix it. Kevin's family doesn't know apparently how to go on there and block remixing, stop remixing. Because what happens is if you stop remixing, YouTube would recognize his content in other places and take it down. But now young men, because they're lazy, have gone and just take clips of Kevin Samuel's old content and remix to it and talk behind it or talk in front of it and make lots of money off of it. It's really sad. Your big booty stream with O'Shea is the Mount Rushmore of streams. Been listening since then. I mean, I was really serious. I'm like, Big Booty Betty got y'all caught in the trap. You know, the pink sauce. Yeah, pink sauce went viral. She's in the Walmart stores now. Yeah, I've been giving out free information. I'm not even worried about it. Oh, yep, the Hodge twins, right? They started being comedians and they realized they make more money making white people laugh sometimes. It is what it is. I'm just gonna go there. I'm just gonna go there. ABBA and Preach comedy show last Friday in Pittsburgh. It was packed. Many folks from out of state attended. There you go. You can't cancel people who people will come up in real life and go see. And that's like Angie, that chick Angel and her husband. That chick Angel is on a pilot series for CBS, but we have a writer strike right now. So she was gonna have to be out of California with her kids, and her husband's gonna have to be by himself while she did the strike. Well, guess what? Writer strike. So guess what? Artists do what they do. They go make more content. If you guys really want to study a heavy hitter in the media game, and y'all, this might go over some of y'all heads because some of y'all are older. Bette Midler. See, all the time people say Bette Midler's old, she's ugly. Even when she was young, they were calling her ugly. She would put on tours and shows. Jennifer Lewis, the Black Mother of Hollywood, was one of the people on tours with Bette Midler. If you go read her book, she talks about how Bette Midler, when she was broke, she said, Bette, I'm broke. Can you help me? Beth, like, you didn't learn shit from me all these years. You didn't learn how to put your own shows on, how to make your own money. Didn't you learn anything from me? Don't ever ask me for no money again. That's embarrassing. You ought to be embarrassed for yourself. And Jennifer Lewis, instead of taking it as, damn, that white lady won't help me. That Jewish lady that made all this money won't help me. She went out and put her show together in New York. And every time she ran out of money, she just write up on a piece of paper a one woman show, and she would sell out in New York and put money in her pocket. If y'all really ever learn this game, that's how people make that money. You put your own shows up. Dame Dash, as much as we hate them, you put your own money up, you put your own shows up, you get your people to come out. You dig what I'm saying? That's what 85 South do. Still have shows on YouTube. Took down his. That's right. They were all alphas that got demonetized. You can't demonetized. That's what you're saying. For sure. Thank you for always giving up usable game. Yeah, anytime. I'm not even worried about it. Y'all can always call DJ Money Coach to find out about Zanzibar. You can always call him. His old videos still stand. His information still stands. Yeah, that part right there. See, that part is also dangerous too. That these kids are saying, "Hey, come out, meet me here," in an unorganized way. It can be dangerous. Yep, the straightway pastor, Pastor Dow, black dude, got a whole cult, got a whole, I don't know, 120 acres, and all these women and families up there and men building houses, doing construction. See, what y'all don't understand about Pastor Dow is all those men are in construction. What do y'all need money for in Atlanta and Georgia? Construction. So if you own a church and every man in your church got a job with your church building nonstop construction, and you can funnel that money back to the land and build projects on y'all land and have chickens and turkeys and stuff, you can do whatever you want. YouTube's just a bonus. But y'all can look up that on your own. I'm not supporting cults. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what I'm doing, but I'm just, you can go check it out. Yeah, Fit had that. I'm just saying, Myron, he got that man weave on right now, covering up that bald spot because y'all kept making fun of him and his bald spot. So he had his man weave on his last show. It was crying. I'm like, you can miss me with all that crying. Bette Midler, I'm telling you, Bette Midler's old school. Go look her up. You really want to learn some stuff? Psh, you really want to learn the game? She was old school. Get like, hey, y'all calling me ugly? Y'all won't give me no money? Y'all won't book me for TV, internet? I'll book my own stuff. And I'll book it so much that you'll have no choice. But after 10 years of me running all over the country, doing shows, doing movies, you'll have to book me for stuff. Go look up Bette Midler if you really want to learn something. See, a lot of y'all don't want to learn. Y'all just want to come out here and I put a video out and it didn't make me $1 million. Baby, it ain't like that. You got to really figure out what's your lane. And the only reason I haven't gone heavy into go crazy with the politics, or because, listen, I got offered, if you guys have been watching the channel, a couple years ago, I got offered in Georgetown, Texas to run for city council in Georgetown, Texas. And then between my businesses and the trucking, everything, it messed it up for me. But they were willing to put $2 million behind me. But when I read what I was kind of having to do and say and kind of fall under the line of this particular company, which I'm not knocking them, but y'all heard me say it on old videos. I can go back and watch it. I was like, ooh, I don't think I can say that. And then on top of that, they had me competing against the only other minority on city council. It was all white guys, one Hispanic guy. He was Democrat. They wanted me to be the black businesswoman that went against the one family Hispanic guy that was a Democrat in this county. That tells you where they were willing to put $2 million to just push me up there, prop me up there. Unmarried black lady from North Carolina that is in Texas with a business. Like, oh yeah, you'll be good. Just read these prompts, girl. Show up to these events, play golf, wear your cowboy hat. You dig what I'm saying? Like, that's why I keep telling y'all, when I was going to CPAC, all these black YouTubers, they had a choice where they could be in politics and somebody was going to put some money behind them, or they could keep doing YouTube. And a lot of them chose to keep doing YouTube. Brandon the Cop is one of them. Cough, cough. Because at some point, you're going to say so much silly stuff on here that they will always be used against you. There's a team of people probably just looking through my videos now, like, yeah, we're going to get her. She ever come out and run for Congress or she ever do anything? I'm like, we got her. It's out here. We got her. You know what I'm saying? And that's a real thing that happens. So if you didn't know, that's that. But thank you for the $7 super chat, Ray Gun. Here we go. There were gems here and I picked them up for sure. I mean, at the end of the day, I'll do 100 videos like this and y'all will hear me and don't hear me, and I'm okay with it. Right? My biggest thing is my children safe? Is my family safe? If I make a channel, will I be putting people in danger? That's my biggest concern. A lot of these people don't care. They just steer for the money. But I'm like, if I got to start having security for my family now, that's too much. You dig what I'm saying? That's too much. Let me see what else I had for y'all. Do I have any more links? That's basically what I had for y'all. I mean, I'm not gonna go too far. We've been here an hour and plus minutes, but y'all get what I'm saying. Pick it up, put it down, pick it up, understand it, and that's where things have been. But any other questions? Drop one in the comments if you enjoyed it so far. I hope you like it. Yeah, you get in office, you start owing people favors. You start owing people lots of favors. You know what I mean? And if you don't have a plan for yourself 2-3 years down the road, they're gonna roll you out of there and get somebody else in there. So it'd have been 2 years of you doing what? 2 years doing what? You know what I'm saying? Just run around taking pictures at events, so you can say you're a Texas city council member. You better have a plan. You better lobby that into some big money. Y'all think I'm playing? I'm just telling y'all where it really be at. Okay. And I'm not as greedy as I want to be, right? Because really, some of these people on these platforms, every time you come on their platform, you better be paying them, right? Here's the funny part: I'm gonna have a interview in Detroit September with Antoine Wade. Antoine, sorry, I'm messing his name up. Antoine Daniels. So you will see that video, I think, on his platform and my platform because I've already been on there before. That's how y'all have short term memories on YouTube. I've already been on his platform before on a live stream. The videos are up, everything. People are like, "Oh, I found you from this." So again, I can interview all these people multiple times every year, and guess what? New people will come on this channel every year and be like, "Who? You interviewed them? I didn't know that." And I can tell you, it's very cliquish. I tried to interview this guy. He's over there in the Ben Shapiro camp, but like lower level. He's more with Jordan Peterson and them. And I was going to interview him. He said, "Yeah, let's do it. I'm so excited. I can't wait to talk to you." And I don't know who on his staff talked to him and said, "Oh no, you're not doing nothing with her." He came back and said, "Hey, I can't do the interview." I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" "I can't do the interview. Maybe we can look in the future and do it." These people are run by these groups. Y'all think it's a joke. It's really not. Like they're run by groups. They're run by situationships. That's the best way for me to say it to y'all. Like there are people who really 360 deal a lot of these young people into these like being on their platform, being under their house of people. I shared a Lucas video where he was just explaining how Louder with Crowder really could make a ton of money, but he just want 50 million. So it's that one of those things. Let me see. I just went ahead and banned some people out of the chat. Of course, we again, you have a generation too. Let's be very true. You have a generation of people 17 to 22-year old, and then you have people who are 17 to 22-year old in their mind. They never grew up, and they're going to be on these platforms being worrisome, being agitators, being trolls. They want some attention. They got to have nonstop dopamine. And then they look up and they're 30, they're broke. They can't figure out why they can't get their life together, why they can't figure out a budget, why they don't got no money in their pocket, why they girl leaving them. Now they on child support and they're angry about life. That's a real thing on this YouTube. You got people that need the nonstop video game mentality. It's always got to be jokes. It's always got to be funny. It's always got to be silly stuff. And if it's not, then they can't function. In the real world, we leave these people behind. In the real world, we step over these people and we don't even speak to them. I'm gonna say this thing and I'm gonna close it out because it's gonna sound ugly. And y'all forgive me, y'all gonna be mad at me if not. Someone called my mom and told her about a lady who died. And the lady had seven or eight kids and 55 grandkids. And I said, "Well, damn, how old is she?" They said she's 57 and she died. I said, "What?" Then they said, "Oh, she had like every kid had a different baby daddy." And I said, those people in that family in the real world, like it's they're out there. But if you think about the collection of she's got 55 grandkids and 7 or 8 kids, and together those people can't collect enough money to get her buried. What does that tell you the state of that family is? It's in full-fledged failure. It's in full-fledged failure. So they do what? They go call families that have money. "Hey y'all, can you help our family? Your mom's 57. You got eight adult kids and 55 grandkids, and y'all can't scrape together X amount of dollars." That's a whole failure family, right? So what happens is real world is coming to meet this internet world, right? You saw we just did a Tech Tuesday. You saw we keep giving, right? Okay? We keep giving this information. It's going to get to a point where in about 5 years, you're going to look at people like they got 3 heads when they go, "Oh, I've been poor and broke," and Obama or Bush or whatever president they going to blame, Trump, whoever. You're going to look at them like, "Nah, man, it's been out here." It's like a level of average. I don't know what the word is, but level of average where you start dealing with stuff that's just average information. "Oh, the car dealership got me, or this person or the credit people got me," and you'd be like, "Nah, baby, that's average information. That's like kindergartner information. You can't have gotten God like that." You see what I'm saying? So we're getting to that point. We're getting to that tipping point. So again, when people start talking about YouTube and they want to come on here and make asset money, we just look at them crazy like that's 5 years ago. You don't know how to make new money on YouTube? You don't know how to make real money? Okay, good luck. There's people that don't even do many YouTube videos. They'll do like 4 or 5 of them speaking on stage, and they spend the rest of the year getting booked for stage. I know a girl who just works colleges Five grand a pop. That's all she does all week long. So you do 50 weeks a year because they have summer school. They have other stuff going on. You can double up some weeks. 50 times 5,000. That's 250,000 speaking engagements on school. So let's say school's paying her 5K, right? Now, every time you see her in these events and she's using it as marketing tools, she's using it as clips, she's using it, all this. She's got, like I say, they got a book, $25 book, 1,000 people because they see all these videos buy. Let's say 10,000 people buy. That's another 250,000. She has a $500,000 business from doing what? Speaking at colleges and using the content clips to do what? Get their message out. Okay. So there's a segment of there out there. Yeah, eight. They ain't shit work shit either, but that's a whole nother conversation. They call the people. They do. They call around like, hey, love if y'all donate. Love y'all help. Average info, common sense. Yeah. Yep. My cousin has same 8 kids, grandkids, 9 great grandkids, had to do a GoFundMe for the funeral. That means the whole family is a failure. Failure to launch, failure to function. And this is why the argument people lose me like, well, Nick Cannon got money, he can take care of kids. It ain't about taking care of kids. When you start dividing money and time across multiple children, none of the children are well served and they don't thrive. That's just basic knowledge. That's common knowledge. Right? When people's coming online claiming about child support, that's caveman shit. And when I see people talking that, I'm like, oh, you a caveman. Oh, you them people we leave behind. Oh no. Damn. Real sad about you. You know what I'm saying? It's failure to thrive. Plain and simple. Plain and simple. They don't. Failure. Just failures. So, again, in real life, off the internet, again, that's why I told you, who would want to be seen at a Fresh and Fit event? What type of people would pay to go there? That's why you have to pay attention. Like Andrew Tate, a little bit different. He can pull some in-person people for sure. But in general, nah. Exactly. Failure and cremation is 2 to 3 grand. Exactly. So these people telling me they can't get 3,000 across 55 grandkids. Let's just say just the adult kids. 8 divided by 3,000 is what? $375. Each person don't have $375 to commit. Think about that. Okay. So look, we've been on here an hour 22 minutes. I think I've given more than enough free for the night. I'm not worried about, oh, Erica, you give away too much. No, don't worry about it. You know why? Because I could literally book tours every month for the whole next year. And I would fill up the rooms with 50 to 100 people each event. And I would just take that money and do what? Market it, go higher, do more partnerships, more stuff. I have a service business company and some other things that we're doing offline for various reasons. And so it's like, I already know how this can go. I'm not really worried about it. So anyways, you guys, this is your girl Erica from the Classic Climb blog. Have a wonderful night. Hope any of this was helpful for you. Hope the Tech Tuesdays are helpful for you. Tomorrow we also have another Tech Tuesday. We're calling it Wednesday Tech Tuesday, Sub-Zero, and we'll have his teacher on talking about breaking into tech. The category should be in the link somewhere. All right, you guys, this is your girl Erica, Classic Climb blog. Have a wonderful evening.